Hey, how's it going? Today I'm going to walk you guys through how to create a compound interest calculator. This can be especially useful when seeing how much your investments will grow over time. And yeah, let's get right into it. For the sake of this lesson, we're going to be all the interest rates and contributions will be on an annual basis. However, you can adjust it for periodic if you prefer it that way. Let's start. So first we're going to have our principal, which is the initial amount we contribute. Then we're going to have our annual interest rate. We're going to have our number of years, or if you would prefer, periods. And finally, our annual or periodic contribution. All right. So then let's go down here and let's see the amounts. We'll show how they compound over time. And for the sake of this, we'll call the year column. We'll say it's the beginning of the year. That's how much the account is worth in the amount. So let's go year 0, year 1, year 2, year 3. So when we say year 0, we mean essentially day 1. Year 1 is essentially day 366, and so on. So let's do 20 years, although you can adjust it to any amount you'd like. And let's say for principal, we initially contribute $7,000. That's a pretty standard amount to contribute for some sort of IRA or something like that. Let's go currency format, interest rate, let's say 7%. Number of years, let's do 20. And our annual contribution, let's say we don't max it out, we do about $3,500 every year. Let's see how this grows over time. Okay, so with year 0, our amount is going to be our principal, our initial contribution, which is $7,000. Now year 1, this is day 366. This is after a full year of compounding, as well as the addition of our annual contribution of $3,500. So in order to figure this out, we're going to do equals parentheses, parentheses, okay, and then we're going to take this amount, multiply that by our interest rate plus 1, so that we're able to compound that equals 1 plus our interest rate, which we need to lock because we're going to drag this formula down. So we don't want to kind of lose that, and next time we accidentally use 20 as opposed to 7%, plus our annual contribution, which we again need to lock and enter. Okay, there we go, $10,990. Now let's drag that down all the way, adjust, and this is the future value of that amount. And in order to test this, let's do the future value formula, which is another way to kind of see where the compound interest will take you in the future, equals future value. What's our rate? Our rate is 7%. Our number of periods, 20 years. Our payment, we paid $3,500 each year. And finally, our principal of $7,000. And the thing is, when you use the future value or present value formulas, you have to put a negative at the front, otherwise you're going to get a negative amount. If you don't mind that, then it's no issue. And yeah, our amount equals that. And so we know this is correct. And now what if we want to make a graph now? Let's go Control, Insert. And what kind of graph do we want? I think a scatter plot is alright for what we're working with right now. Okay, that's alright. We can play with, the themes, all that sort of stuff. But for the sake of this video, let's just focus on the statistics. So let's say instead of $7,000, we just got a large inheritance of $100,000. And oh, that's a different format that's going to bug me. Currency. Okay, and every year we contribute $25,000. Let's see. In 20 years, that amount will come to $1.4 million, which is insane, and that just really shows the power of compound interest. If you use it correctly, then it'll be your best friend. So it's good to start with any investment as early as possible, because if you start saving up for retiring when you're 18, by the time you're 50, by the time you're 60, it's going to be no problem. Whereas if you start when you're 50, then this 20-year mark isn't going to come until you're 70, which is obviously everyone goes at their own pace. But yeah, that's how you make a compound interest calculator. Hope you guys enjoy.